We're at 5, so I'm Coco.
Sandy.
And we're 5 minutes, we're into overtime.
People allow their fear to dictate whether they can have what they deserve in their happiness.
I think it's meanness
BS.
too. I work with couples that one makes it like they're a divorce with children, and one makes it totally impossible and ugly. And like, what are you showing your kids when you know, when you make it impossible? And I'm sorry, ladies, I see this. I mean, I rarely see it with the guys, but I've seen. I can think of 5 or 6 couples right off the top of my head right now that I know for a fact have had this situation where, the wife has made it very difficult for the husband to spend, or the ex, to spend time with the kids. And they limit the amount of time, and they limit the contact, and for whatever reason, they drop them off. And instead of dropping off the house, they drop them off at a neutral point. And like, what does that teach your kids? I mean, you've got to be civil. My ex and I had, initially it was a little lumpy and bumpy, but it got civil, and now it's just fine.
But I think some people, when they make the divorce so
personal.
Well, it is personal. You spent 2 years or 5 years or 15 years or 25 years with this person, and now it's coming to an end. They've been your comfort zone for good and bad. And I think when talking with people that I've dealt with where the divorces have gotten nasty, and I worked in the court system, so trust me, I've seen the most bizarre arguments and nasty divorces over the most ridiculous things. And when you break through it all and you get down to it, there's still love and there's still feelings there, and they don't want to let go. And so the only way to hold on is to make things difficult or to have to bring them back into court all the time. And there's been situations I've seen where they bring them back into court, and it's just to be able to see them. Or there are situations where that is. Sometimes it is meanness, and it's hurt, and especially if one person has already moved on.
Right. And yeah, exactly. Like the one person has started a new relationship. Now, if it's a cheating kind of thing, that always is taints things, because you have the situation where somebody cheated on the other. But by the way, if let me think, if somebody cheated with you on somebody else, probably they're going to cheat on you with somebody else, because it seems to be a cause and effect kind of thing.
And there's situations where there's no physical cheating on the person, but the fact that they have met somebody else and they want to pursue a relationship with a new person, but they're going to maintain at least some form of ethics. Which is the other person's still going to be hurt and angry because they've met somebody else and they want to move forward. It's just the nature of the beast. But there's no point on making things nasty and ugly, because it really, I tell ladies, you know what, not really becoming of a lady. And I still use those terms, gentlemen and ladies. Until you prove me otherwise or prove me wrong, I address people as a lady or a gentleman until you prove differently.
That's nice.
And I've been told that that's really weird, that people don't do that anymore, but that's just the way I was raised. Okay. So anyway, I kind of got off track there, but it's...
So the whole point is at some point in your relationship, you have to realize that, or whatever it is, it may not be a relationship, it may be, it may be something else. It may be a job, it may be, a friend who for some reason gotten all hinky about something. At some point, you just got to say, we're done with this, it's time to move on. I know you can't let it bring you down. I mean, I've seen relationships destroyed, I've seen lives destroyed, I've seen people just unimaginable frustration because they can't let go of something and they can't move on, and sometimes like you were implying at the very beginning, it starts at the very beginning of a relationship, sometimes it's in the middle, sometimes the middle would,
you're right,
it's the end, but typically the letting it go and moving on is important. And
And
we should quit. But
yeah, but never, this is the worst thing you could do is, well, we're staying in the relationship or in the marriage for the children.
Oh my God.
Oh my God,
Okay,
that's the
wait.
worst thing you could do.
Sandi, Coco, bye. 1, 2, 3.